superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Now here's Booker. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you got to respect Booker. I mean, he's added to his game every year and becoming a more willing passer.
Screen by Porzingis. The shot by Curry. No good. Here's San Antonio now. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. He brought up the difficulties that come along with guarding Devin Booker, and he told me the hard part with Book is that he's a three-level scorer and a willing passer. He's not just an isolation scorer. They use him in a lot of different actions, so you're constantly chasing him. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Here's Curry after the basket by San Antonio. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Barnes outside. Here's Harper. And it's Curry with the rebound. And here's Curry who brings it up for Golden State. 4-point game. From deep. Sinks the three-pointer.
He has perfected his ability in the pick and roll. Curry going to work.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Here's Harper. Gilbert Arenas with the rebound.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. The guy is all about winning. It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot.
Well, he can play the four because he gets off the ground so well.
Now here's Arenas. And it's Curry at the elbow. From deep three-point territory. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Porzingis. Out to the right wing. In transition, here comes San Antonio. That's tipped. Right side, Harper. Wembanyama outside. No good on the three. The Warriors leading. Pass to Curry. Green, the screen. 5 on the clock. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And one thing about Draymond, he almost invites contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And he hit his foul shots a season ago at about a 74% clip.
Pass to Wembanyama. .46 seconds left in the first quarter. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Wembanyama barely even has to elevate when he throws it down.
Here's Drummond. Back to Arenas. Some nice passing by Golden State. Hits it from three-point range. Curry's got 9.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Barnes the screen. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Ball's knocked loose. Wembanyama looking it over. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. 8 points for him.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Curry with the three. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so much more ground, and with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Warriors leading by 5. Drummond the screen. Puts up a deep 3. Johnson with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce, courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. Devin Booker's focused on movement and leaving a legacy. He said, my thing is, and Kobe said it too, inspiring the youth is everything. A kid grows up and is like, man, I want to be Devin. I want to dress like him. I want to play like him. And that's what makes me wake up in the morning. Back to you, Kevin.
Truly a role model for that next generation. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
I mean, the range is just unreal. Curry can make even the toughest shots look easy.
Outside Arenas. To the inside. Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Pass to Booker. Here's Cornette. Defended by Drummond. Here's Booker. Again, the miss by Booker.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any two-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort.
Down low. Rebound, Andre Drummond.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
No one near Curry as he lets it go. Drills the three-pointer. And now it's an 11-point Warrior lead. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And the Spurs with some changes. Spurs trail by 11. Barnes outside. Wembanyama. Wembanyama on the follow. Wembanyama's got 10 points.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on him.
But Jemski's shot is good.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead. Calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Pass to Podziemski. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, if Porzingis gets within arm's length of the hoop, he's not going to make many mistakes.
Knocked away. Porzingis with the steal. There's 49 seconds left in the second quarter. Here is Riley. Nothing on the board. Wembanyama with the rebound.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. So it's the Spurs now, trailing by 10. The three, that falls. High speed that time from Harper. Wembanyama's got a pair of triples in the second now for San Antonio. Pass to Moody. No one near him. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Porzingis, that's a two. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. On the wing, Arenas. Pass to Cephalosha. Fires the three. Rebound, San Antonio. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That'll be game 4 of the 6-game road trip.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard, that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Wembanyama with it. Gilbert Arenas covering. Harper's shot's good.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
Right side, Arenas. And here's Cephalosha for three. Barnes grabs the miss.
They've had a quiet start to this half, hitting just one of their first 4 attempts.
Booker, no good.
Well, after 3 straight makes, that's their first miss of the half.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Gilbert Arenas. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Booker outside. That falls. High speed that time from Harper. Booker's got his second bucket tonight.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's San Antonio now. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Curry looking it over. To the paint. Here's Green. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And Draymond is smart at knowing when to shoot the ball, especially when he's got strong position inside. Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Inside. Here's Curry. Curry gets inside and lays it in.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, guys. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "We're watching Steph as one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Guys, back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, we thank you very much.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Curry. 3-pointer. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is the dirty work you love to see Porzingis doing. Saving the play and getting them a bucket.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Screen by Porzingis. Pulls outside. Curry with a deep three.
And he was hot from three to start this game. That's his first since halftime.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Arenas with it. Now guarded by Booker. Outside, Porzingis. Screen by Porzingis. Curry shot is off. Spurs trailed by 4. Barnes outside. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Barnes has got 6 points in the quarter.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Some nice passing by Golden State. Oh, Curry, so accurate from three-point range.
Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
And no good on the last second attempt this time. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He ends up dropping in 43. Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And now, Hallie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. Coach delivering an inspiring message to his team saying, quote, hey, we can win this game. Believe in yourselves. Battle to the end. Honestly, guys, even I was a bit pumped up after hearing this one.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Arenas, good. And the Warriors lead by 3.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count. The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Curry. Driving inside. The wide open look here for Porzingis.
Yeah, still struggling to find the bottom of the net from three-point range this half. They were much better in the first.
Over in the corner, Barnes. Wembanyama, left side. 5 to shoot. Here's Booker. Rebounded by Sefolosha. And here's Sefolosha. He brings it up for the Warriors. They've led by as many as 11 points. They host the Clippers after this game.
And it's crucial that Green hits from the outside because it makes everything easier for his teammates.
Barnes outside. Wembanyama, a screen to the middle. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Arenas attacking.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Driving the lane.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there. Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Outside Arenas. Green, the screen. Curry fires. Off target from outside. Wembanyama. Oh, that's the highlight of the night. Wembanyama.
And we talk about how Wembanyama makes the wow plays. Wow.
Outside Arenas. Screen by Porzingis. Just 5 to shoot. It's picked off. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Missed on the three.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Left side Arenas. There's the drive. It's in there.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
It's Booker. Wembanyama with it. Just 5 on the clock. Now Booker shoots the three. Does not go. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Now here is Cephalosha. Here's Green. And stolen by Barnes. Now Booker. Now Wembanyama. Cephalosha with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Stephen Curry. And good. From way outside, it's in.
On the offensive end, Curry both prolific and efficient.
Outside Harper. The three goes down. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Screen by Porzingis. So we see the Warriors get the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and playing with just a little more confidence than their opponents.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.